Hey guys, so I'm here today to do the much anticipated deployment preparedness video. Rex and I, we had ample amount of time, in my opinion, compared to a lot of other situations to prepare for the deployment as far as financially and paperwork wise and just getting a plan together. We were able to do that. We had about 2.5 months to prepare for everything, and then a little bit of extra time because the date kept changing on when he was leaving. So today I'm going to talk about one of the major things that we did to prepare us for the deployment, and that is this. This is our deployment binder. In this binder, I have everything you could ever need while he's away, or she, depending on if your active duty member is female. So in here, as I said before, I just have everything that you could ever need, paperwork wise and things like that, and things that you probably wouldn't even think about, but things that are good to have on hand. So let's just jump right into it. So on the cover of this deployment binder, I just have, deployment binder, where he's going and the time frame. Well, we already know now that that's been adjusted, so I've got to reprint that. And then I put like an inspirational quote on here, just because, Anyway, so I created a table of contents, and in this table of contents I have financial information, legal information, auto information, household information, and miscellaneous. So in the financial information, I have automatic and monthly bills. I have a budget completely planned out from the bills alphabetically organized to the time that they come out, their due date, and the amount. And then we also have money going into savings that we discussed that we're going to do to help us save up while he is deployed. You do get a little bit of extra money depending on your situation, depending on where your spouse is and how long they're going to be gone, and all that jazz. If they have, extra dependents and things like that, everything varies. So we were lucky enough to have about a good, we're also tax-free where he's going too. He's not getting taxed, so that's going to help out a lot. So we're going to be able to build up our savings while he's away, as well as pay off, a lot of bills. That's the main goal, is that we're going to try and get rid of as much debt as we can while he's away. So when he comes back, we have ample amounts saved for PCSing to our next duty station, which should be sometime the end of next year, as well as majority of our bills paid off. Here in Alaska, we do get COLA, and it helps out a lot, but not as much as you think it would. Prices up here are pretty different. I think like California, New York prices, but a little bit higher. That's kind of what we're dealing with up here. And then rent and everything like that, gas is just, it's so expensive because everything's so widespread, and shipping up here to Alaska is redonk. Seriously. But anyways, so we've got all that figured out. And then we also have in here all the account information for every kind of account that we have, logins, passwords, account numbers, things of that sort. All of that's listed in here for me. Then I also have any other kind of important financial information, such as like last year's taxes and stuff like that, any other paperwork that deals with finances. That's all in here too. So the next tab, as I said, is legal. Now there's a lot of things that you want to get just in case. So, obviously power of attorneys you will definitely need. I recommend getting quite a few different kinds. So one specifically for banks. For example, we bank with USAA, and when you bank with them, they want a separate power of attorney for banking. I'm on all the accounts, but we wanted to be on the safe side and have that just in case. But I'll get into that a little bit more when we get to that part. So in here, I have Rex's birth certificate and copies of his ID cards. You never know when you might need that. So I wanted to make sure I had copies of it, and the originals are stored away in our filing cabinet. I also have Sophia's birth certificate, my birth certificates, and our marriage license. Copies of all of that in here too. And then here is an important part, the special power of attorneys. I've got special power of attorney for everything, like for banking and for all military affairs. That's a big one. So if your spouse is deployed and you need to go to, let's say, finance for something, they won't talk to you. not the general power of attorney. Oh no, they need a special power of attorney for military affairs. So you want to make sure that you have that in line before your spouse leaves. I also have a general power of attorney in here too, just in case. Let's see, I've got a couple copies of everything. So yeah, here's the military affairs special power of attorney. This one covers everything from clearing, TLA, PCSing, DFAS, housing, POV stuff. Like, it covers everything. And then I also have one in here, as I said, for banking. And then you want to have copies of their orders. So obviously their deployment orders, and you want to make sure you have a couple copies of that because you never know when you'll need it. And if you just quickly have to whip it out and give it to someone for something. So that's why I have that. And then I also have a copy of her orders bringing us up here to Alaska. So I've got all of that in here. And then I also have the SGLI information in here. And it's an unfortunate thing that you've got to do, but you've got to do it. And you want to make sure you have copies of everything too. Just, you know, in case of, you know, an accident or something happens to your spouse. You want to have that information on hand. The next tab is auto. So anything dealing with the car I have completely separate. Rex and I are both on our vehicle. We only have one vehicle, but I wanted our contract in here, our service contract, anything, because I have really bad luck, and every time Rex leaves, something breaks. And since this is a long time, he's going to be gone longer than he's been gone from us before, I wanted to make sure I had everything that I could possibly need for the car. I mean, last time he was gone just for, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks, and the dishwasher broke, and the toilet broke. And I'm like, okay, well those are little things, because he was gone for a short amount of time. This is a long time, so probably something big is going to break. So I wanted to make sure I had all of that in here. Let's see. Also have any copies of your insurance information or anything in here too. And we came from North Carolina, so I have our vehicle inspection in here as well. The next tab is housing. I don't have anything currently in here, it's blank, but I will put in our housing contract and things of that sort, and any kind of work orders or anything that's been done on our house. We live on base, so it's a little bit easier, but I wanted to have everything in here too. If we were living off base like we were when we first moved up here, I would have our lease and all that kind of stuff in here as well. Okay. And then the last tab is miscellaneous. In here, I have any kind of paperwork when it comes to traveling right now. Because I said we're going home for the holidays, so I have all of our airline information and everything right in here too. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have in here right now. But as I said, you want to make sure that you're prepared. I'm overly prepared all the time, so I went a little overboard. I don't think that everyone has to have this, but I think this is a really good base to have just in case. You don't even need it just if your spouse is deploying. I mean, if you're not a military family, it's good to have one central location where you can flip to anything. I'll also end up adding in emergency contacts and things like that in this too. I finally got all the information about where he's going and everything and who to contact, and I just have to print it out and put it in here. So that's all for the deployment binder. Another thing that you want to do is, while your spouse is deployed, is find out any kind of programs that are going on. For example, the CYS up here, which is the Child Youth Services, I think that's what it stands for, they offer 16 free hours a month for every individual child, free daycare at the CYS. And that's freaking awesome. I mean, and also it's discounted after you meet the 16 hours. You can still have more and it's discounted. It's only $2 an hour instead of $4 up here. Not sure if that's for everywhere, but that's how much it is up here. So it's really awesome because they do a lot of fun activities and stuff, and it's really good for Sophia to get out and socialize. I've been pretty antisocial since we moved up here. Just Alaska really changed me. But yeah, so it's really great for her to get out and socialize. I mean, she gets a little bit whenever I'm at the gym and everything. She's at the daycare there, but it's not as great as like going there because they like feed their lunch and they can have a nap if they want to. They have tons of things to play with, and they even let them use computers. I'm not too keen on that. My daughter's 20 months this month, and I'm not too keen on her playing on a computer because now she's all over my laptop all the time. Even though I bought her own little like play laptop, she's still all over mine. And so I'm not too keen on that, but I think it's great for the older kids. I'm not sure if they have any programs that they let them use, but I think it's still really nifty that they have that. And then they get to play outside and stuff like that, weather depending, of course. And up here, they can go out all the way up to 10 degrees, I think it is. They're still allowed to go outside and play. So I've got to make sure Sophia's constantly bundled up. I mean, right now it's been pretty nice. It's been like right around like the mid 40s or mid 30s, high 30s, almost 40 degrees. Like today, I think the average was like 37 or something like that when I was driving around to Michael's. But yeah, so you want to look for all those programs. Also, ACS. A lot of people get scared when they hear ACS. They think it's something bad, but it's really not. They have a lot of great programs. You can talk to them about any financial stuff. They have a financial person that deals with budgets and things like that to help you set up your finances while your spouse is away. They have just, you know, like counselors you can talk to. I mean, I'm up here alone in Alaska, and it sucks. So I'm talking to you guys, and that's helping me a lot, but it's really nice to sit down and like talk to someone face to face who's been through what you're going through and who can actually like help you through it and give you advice, tips, tricks, all that jazz. So look into ACS. They're really, really, really great programs that you can look into. Depending on your location, they probably have a lot of other things. Just don't be afraid to open your mouth and ask. Contact your FRGs. Mine up here is is just like getting together still where Rex works, but just talk to your FRGs. I've been communicating with the main group of people, the FRG that went, because Rex is separate from them, but he went with them, if that makes sense. So I've been contacting them, and they've been super duper helpful, getting me information, a temporary address and stuff like that for Rex. It's not official yet, so I can't start any care I can't send any care packages, really, but I sent a test, so we'll see if it gets to him. But yeah, so there's tons of things that you can look into. Don't be afraid to reach out. The worst thing that you can do for you and your family is stay in a little bubble. It's hard. Deployment sucks. It really, really does. Being away from your spouse in general sucks. So just reach out to people, talk to them, communicate. Don't stay in your bubble. I mean, heck, talk to me. Write me a message. Anything. Like, I'm pretty social, especially online behind a computer. You don't have to get dolled up to go outside. But, I mean, I'm really social and everything. Don't be afraid to send me a video message. Reply to me. Like, I want to talk to you guys. So give me any ideas, tips, tricks. Like, what are you guys doing to get through deployment or whenever your spouse goes, training, anything? Or if you're not military affiliated, what are you doing when your spouse leaves on a business trip or anything like that? How are you handling things? Any tips with your children? Sophia's not really handling daddy being gone so well. So any advice on that? I mean, we're going back to the doctor to see what we can do with her sleep and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, anything. Any tips, tricks, whatever. Do you guys do any like special traditions while your spouse is away? Do you do any traditions with your spouse? Like, do you guys have a set day that you like Skype or anything like that? Or how do you do holidays? That's a big thing. Like this year we're going to be going down to my best friend's house and we're going to be staying with them for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. So it's going to be really, really awesome to get down there and spend some time with someone that I haven't seen in a couple years that, you know, has kids and stuff like that. And she hasn't even met Sophia yet. Like, I mean, we've Skyped and stuff, but it's not the same. So I'm really excited about all of that. So how are you going to integrate your spouse who's deployed or in training or whatever for the holidays? Rex and I haven't even really talked about that yet. I don't think it's really hit us both that he's gone. I think it's going to when he's been gone for a little bit longer. But yeah, I mean, I know we're going to Skype and stuff, but I can't really send him any Christmas gifts over there. Something small, yes, but I mean, I don't really know what to do. So if you guys have any tips or tricks or ideas or anything, let me know, especially something small to put in a care package. I mean, I'm definitely doing homemade goods and things like that. And, you know, like a little small gift that he asked for. But yeah, so like anything like that, let me know. I would love to hear your ideas. So, yeah, that's just my quick little pre-deployment, how we prepared kind of video. Sorry it's so short, and sorry it's nighttime and everything, and just wanted to get this up and get it done. Been really hard to get on a schedule with this. I'm so sorry, guys, but I really appreciate you all. I love you guys so much. I can't believe I'm over 200 subscribers. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your support. Talk to me. Don't be afraid. I don't bite hard. I'm just kidding. But no, talk to me. I'm here, and yeah. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.